Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Kill Your Darlings number 6. This is a new book from KLC Press and Image Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team before we get into this book. This book is written by Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan, with art by Robert Quinn, John J. Hill on letters and design. This is one of my favorite ongoings. I think if you've been following the reviews, uh, you know that I really enjoy. I'm really enjoying this book. We've had the pleasure of talking to the creators multiple times throughout the run, so I'm very excited to talk about this newest issue. Um, Let me give you a quick synopsis for this, and then we'll get into it. After centuries of horror, can the girl who wouldn't burn change her violent ways, or will the cycle of blood and death begin anew? And how exactly are she and the great and the terrible evil connected to Rose? Finally, all is revealed in this turning point issue. So this is it. This is the issue that puts all the pieces on the table. And boy, let me tell you, what a freaky table it is overall. It is some really exciting stuff. As I was getting into this book, and I'll tell you this too, I had a really hard time coming up with what preview pages to show you, because Bob Quinn and the rest of the team are just really pushing the envelope. Things get super gnarly, and you'll see when I pull up the preview. These are some of the more tame pages, I'll call them, but it's really fantastic to see kind of how the book has kept building. All the little hints, all the little flashback sequences that we've been experiencing at the beginning of the issues. They're all really coming into context. You have pretty much all the pieces to the puzzle now, uh, but we still can't see the full picture, right? We'll have to wait for the next few issues to wrap things up. There's still a lot of mysteries to resolve, but the book does such a good time with the pacing of like going back and forth, how it explains things, because it really gives a lot of credit to the audience that they can put the pieces together, that's just really, it makes it feel like an enjoyable reading experience when you're like, oh, wait a minute, this is the thing from the previous issue, right? Like, just when those things kind of click in your head, all that being wrapped up in Bob's beautiful art. And I say beautiful because it's really well done, but it's not always beautiful. Like I said, it gets pretty gnarly at some points. So let's go look at some of the preview art here. As I mentioned, these are some of the more tame pages of the book. These are things that I felt could be shown on YouTube without any issues of, without any warnings as well. And even then, like, just looking at the imagery, I think Bob Quinn loves to display some things in a very eerie point of view, like this first page of this little animal being drag through the forest, the little sneak peek at the urn, like all those little details are very important. And then of course putting the ritual together, and then finally having the ritual happen. I think one really cool thing, and I'll try to ask the creators about is this really Latin? Is this a language they invented? I'm not familiar with Latin, but it looks like Latin to me that she's speaking on here. So we'll see. Of course, as always, this book has two amazing covers, one by Bob Quinn and one by Ryan Stegman. Ryan Stegman also really kicks it up another notch when it comes to like the design of this book. It's probably some of the most terrifying stuff I've ever seen Stegman draw. So yeah, this book continues to just kick ass, and continues to worry me up until the last bit. Like, this is one of the books that really keeps me on the edge of my seat as I'm going through it. So I'm glad I've had a few days to kind of process everything that happened, because otherwise, I don't know, I'd be losing it. So if you have read this, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.